The rock cycle is an important part of the world we live in. To understand the rock cycle, it is first necessary to understand that there are three types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. These rocks all form through different processes. Igneous rocks form when the magma from the earth cools and hardens. This can happen above ground, like when a volcano erupts, or beneath the ground. One of the most common igneous rocks is basalt, but don't take that for granted. One way you can tell if an igneous rock cooled above or below ground is to look at the size of the crystals of the rock. If it has big crystals, like this granite, it has lots of time to cool beneath the earth. If it has little or no crystals, like basalt, it cooled quickly above the ground. Sedimentary rocks form when other rocks are weathered and eroded, then deposited, compacted, and cemented together. There are many agents of weathering and erosion, including wind, rivers, and glaciers. Once the rock is weathered or broken into smaller pieces, erosion takes place. Erosion is the movement of weathered particles. Once the particles are deposited, they are able to be compacted and cemented together. When this happens, you get a sedimentary rock. Metamorphic rocks form when a rock is under intense heat and pressure. The grains or crystals in this rock are warped or metamorphosed. Metamorphic rocks form under the mountains. The huge weight of the mountains causes the rocks beneath them to deform, like this granite, which deformed into ice. Now that we know the three types of rocks and how they are formed, we can talk about the rock cycle. Rocks are continually going through the rock cycle. We'll go through an example. Imagine your magma deep within the earth. Over time, you cool and become an igneous rock under the earth's surface. Unfortunately for you, you formed in an area where the mountain is being built. The mountain continues to grow on top of you, and you feel yourself changing because of the heat and pressure. The magnitude of the heat and pressure are causing your structure to reorder itself, and all of a sudden you realize that you are no longer an igneous rock. You have become metamorphic. The heat and pressure changed you. Fast forward millions of years, and the mountain that changed you has been weathered and eroded away. This is the first time you've been to the Earth's surface, and all of a sudden you realize it's attacking you. The wind and the rain are tearing you apart little by little. The water fills any cracks you had, and when it freezes, it tears you apart even more. You become sediments, mere fragments of your former self. You're deposited in a lake, and over time, you're compacted, and you feel yourself being cemented together again, and you realize you're no longer a metamorphic rock, but now you're sedimentary. This process continues in what we call the rock cycle. To become an igneous rock, a rock must be melted to magma and recrystallized. To become a sedimentary rock, a rock has to be weathered and eroded to sediment, and that sediment has to be compacted and cemented. To become a metamorphic rock, a rock has to undergo heat and pressure. The earth doesn't discriminate. Any rock can become any other type of rock if it follows the requirements for the rock cycle. The rock cycle is continuous. The formation of rocks takes millions of years, and with an understanding of the rock cycle, we can have a new appreciation for the world around us.